It was standing room only in the Senate Judicial Proceedings Committee hearing room. Some 300 people signed up to testify, many in person.
Employees should not have to live in fear of the presence of guns in their workplace.
Others choosing to send their message virtually.
This bill will effectively eliminate my ability to protect myself and my family from being assaulted or murdered after leaving my house in Baltimore City.
The legislation under consideration mostly deals with who can carry guns and where they're permitted to carry them around the state. One bill specifically addresses last summer's Supreme Court ruling that struck down the state's concealed carry gun policy. The sponsor of that bill, Senate Bill 1, Montgomery County Senator Jeff Waldstreicher.
Of course, this designation of the bill as Senate Bill 1 is an important statement. But for me personally, as a lawmaker and as a father, it's less of a statement and more of a question. What kind of world do we want to live in?
Waldstreicher says his bill does three primary things. Ensures property owners that they have the right to allow or prohibit firearms on their private property. It prohibits firearms in sensitive areas already covered by constitutional precedent and historical norms. That would include preschools, sports stadiums, and hospitals. And it adds specificity to existing licensing requirements to prevent those who might harm themselves or others from getting a license. Among those testifying in support of the bill, Jan Donahoe McNamara, sister-in-law of John McNamara, who was murdered 5 years ago in the mass shooting at the Capitol Gazette in Annapolis.
My father was a combat veteran and a lifelong hunter who taught me to shoot when I was 6 years old. He consistently emphasized the importance of proper training and following guidelines that recognize the responsibility that is inherent with carrying a firearm. Working together as Marylanders, we can do much to make our communities safer. This bill is part of meeting that goal.
Opposing Senate Bill 1, Timothy Gargana, who operates a gun training facility in Hagerstown.
The one simple common goal that I can see while dealing face-to-face and looking in the face of these law-abiding citizens is the ability to protect themselves and their loved ones. Senate Bill 1 will make it impossible for these law-abiding citizens to legally carry a firearm in public for self-defense.
A few of the gun opponents wearing six-pointed yellow stars with the image of a gun in the center caught the eye of committee chair Senator Will Smith.
The vice chair is the sponsor of the bill, and he's Jewish. And on social media, I saw a couple of unfortunate and disgusting images portrayed with the Star of David with guns inside. And if that's a reference, if that's a Holocaust reference, I was personally offended, and I think that's disgusting. And so if you have that on your person and you come up here, and I think that's what that is, I just want you to know that I think that's highly inappropriate and disgusting behavior, and it will not be tolerated in this committee.
Much work remains ahead. Even the original three-page Senate Bill 1 has already been revised by Senator Waldstreicher and is now nearly 16 pages. A House version of Senate Bill 1 dealing with the Supreme Court's decision on right to carry was introduced last week. In Annapolis, Sue Copen for State Circle.